Meantime, you just never know. Show up to work here any given day, you just never know what you're going to get, even when you have an idea. 1 year ago tonight, Steve was sitting on this desk.
Yeah.
You knew it was Masters Sunday. You knew the Angels had a game and that LeBron and Russ were in action. But even knowing that, Steve, you had no idea.
I was sitting next to John Anderson that night. You must have been busy. And we were at this desk for what felt like forever. It was a long night on SportsCenter, but the sports world gave us plenty of reasons to stay glued to these seats. Also, there were no fixes. We got everything right the first time. April 9th, 2017. It was a great day if you enjoy the games people play.
Russell kicks it to the corner, and he's got it. History rewritten in Denver. Deep shot. Get it! What a perfect ending to a historic day.
How about 50 points, 50, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists?
The Cavs led by 26 going to the fourth quarter.
Kyrie got up. Ball rescued by Millsap. Turns, fires, got it! We've got overtime. Insanity in Atlanta. Here comes Kyrie. Darts inside. No. Offensive foul. And Atlanta gets the ball. Cavaliers can blame themselves again for this one. Pennington, first one to him. And he rips one out toward right field. Haniger having trouble with it. Drive home safely. A miraculous comeback victory. 7 runs here in the bottom of the ninth.
None of those innings, though, the best of the day.
No, that honor belonged to Sergio, who scored in sudden death.
Sergio Garcia, if he makes it, it answers all questions. He's trying to make it go left. It never does.
Ball on its way toward the hole.
And it's in with Bernie. And Sergio Garcia has won his first major on the first playoff hole here in the 81st Masters.
One of those guys had a really good voice.
Yeah.
So it's unfair to compare last year's April 9th to this April 9th. That was a Sunday. This is merely a Monday. It can't possibly compare. But
We got the Masters out of the way yesterday, right? But, hey, look, it can compare with what's going on in the Western Conference in the NBA. I mean, still razor-thin margin, Steve, between the teams, right? You got 5 teams, 4 spots, a little musical chairs to get into the playoffs. And why don't we show you what went down in a neat, tidy little wrap? Thunder and Heat, Russ, PG-13, Melo needing a win to clinch a playoff berth. You could still finish as high as 5 or not make it unless they do this. George, he had 27, and then next Thunder possession, Westbrook behind a Steven Adams screen. That's like walking behind a mountain. Thunder led by 8. Under 4 minutes to go in the fourth, 12-point game. Westbrook the rebound. Oh, by the way, he had 18 of them, inching closer to averaging a triple-double for the season. 23 points, 13 assists. Ho-hum. Here you go. For the moment, anyway, the Thunder are the 5 seed. We do know this. They're in the playoffs.
all right, the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Mini entered the game in 8th, taking on the Grizz, with whom they were 0-2 against this season. Wolves by 9 early in the fourth. Derrick Rose behind the back to Karl Anthony Towns. Pretty pass. Towns would hit the free throw, too. Later, Timberwolves by 13. Towns uses 2 big steps. Not 3, 2. Timberwolves lead by 15. 2 minutes left in the game. Wolves lead by 15. Jeff Teague, the long lob to Towns. Towns at 24 and 18. Timberwolves win. They remain in 8th. They got to win another game.
All right, so how about the Spurs hosting the Kings? If the Spurs win, they're into the playoffs. They've made the playoffs every year since 1871. Late fourth quarter, Manu Ginobili. He was a rookie back in that 71 season. Turning back the clock. San Antonio a 5-point lead. Just over 3 minutes to go. 3-point game. Rudy Gay, yes, Rudy Gay. If you haven't been paying attention, expect him to factor into the postseason at some point after he gets the members' bounce on that one. Spurs clinch. They're in. They leapfrog OKC. Now they're 5. Feed the Thunder a 6.
And the Nuggets are on the wrong side of that red line. Outside of the playoffs looking in, hosting the Blazers under 2 minutes to go. Nuggets lead by 3. Nikola Jokic finds Jamal Murray. And the Nuggets lead is 5. They're a good team, especially at home, in that altitude. Minute 20 left. Will Barton turns it over. In transition, Damian Lillard and the foul. Murray can't believe the call. Lillard's a 92% free throw shooter. He would miss the freebie. It's over 20 seconds left. Blazers down 4. Lillard can't get it to go. The Nuggets get the clutch stop there. Denver remains in 9th, tied with the Timberwolves. Minnesota and Denver will play in the last game of the season. That's excellent scheduling.